Hello, everyone. This is Dr. Nitin Chhoda, and welcome to this episode of Ignition Time, everyone. Congratulations. The $1.9 trillion American Rescue Plan has passed the United States Senate 50 to 49, including the vote of the conservative Democrat Joe Manchin. Let me give you folks all the details. This is good news. This is reason to celebrate. This, everyone, is breaking news from Ignition Time. So, folks, good news, everyone. You'll see this on your screen. The Senate has passed the $1.9 trillion stimulus plan, everyone. So, again, this is good news. They did pass the $1.9 trillion stimulus package. The session began on Friday at 9 a.m., well over 24 hours ago. In fact, almost, what is it now? Almost 28 hours ago, with a marathon voting session. And this was after clerks who took shifts had to read out the entire 628-page bill. Gosh, I feel sorry for them. Ron Johnson, the senator from Wisconsin, I believe he was the only senator who was actually hanging out while they were reading the bill. The other senators were like, I don't need to hear the whole thing. But there was a marathon voting session, so-called Votorama, on amendments, and the bill is now expected to get to the floor of the House next Tuesday for a vote, everyone. So this is going to get to the floor of the House next Tuesday. Let me sort of get you folks caught up with let me folks bring you up to speed. This is what Chuck Schumer said, the Senate Majority Leader, in his closing remarks. Schumer said, let me especially thank the floor staff, the clerks, the cafeteria workers, custodial staff, and the Capitol Police and National Guard. Many of them have worked for 36 hours straight because, folks, this was a marathon thing. They passed it 50 to 49. And Senator Joe Manchin, whose vote was absolutely crucial, was an important part of this, everyone. Also, adult dependents are included in the next round of stimulus checks, $1,400 checks. So adult dependents are indeed included. I'll give you some of the behind the scenes details. But folks, here's the bottom line. Joe Manchin was a deciding vote on two of the biggest priorities, everyone, for the Democrats. Give me a second. Every once in a while, you need a Diet Coke cherry, Coke Zero cherry every once in a while. But Manchin was a deciding vote on two of the biggest priorities, defending the Affordable Care Act and injecting $2 trillion into the economy. So Manchin's vote actually helped the Democrats defend the Affordable Care Act and the $2 trillion stimulus. He did vote yes on the $1.9 trillion stimulus plan. Right now, the Democrats need to make sure that this passes the House, and this is expected to pass the House next Tuesday. Now, folks, there will be there could be a small gap in unemployment benefits. I am researching this, and I'll be releasing another video about that on our channel. I just need a little bit more time to do my research and bring our viewers and subscribers a separate video about that. But at this point in time, we can expect the House to pass this next Tuesday or next Wednesday, and I would imagine President Biden will sign it by Thursday, no later than Friday. I don't expect President Biden to tweet and change his mind and say he's not going to sign it. And so here's the bottom line, folks. Here are the biggest provisions. $1,400 stimulus checks per adult and child. Unemployment benefits at $300 per week through the 6th of September. So unemployment benefits at $300 per week through the 6th of September. $350 billion in aid for state and local governments and tribes. $3,000 per year. This is a child tax credit for children aged 6 through 17. And $3,600 for newborns through age 6. So this is the child tax credit, which is going to be very helpful for families who qualify for the credit. $170 billion for schools, $100 billion for public health. And so basically, the child tax credit is for 1 year right now. It will be sent by direct deposit, and depending on the IRS capacity, on a periodic basis. Remember, the IRS is overloaded. Democrats had wanted monthly, but under the Byrd rule, they adjusted it to periodic, which will give the Biden administration some discretion on how to send out that money. And adult dependents, are included for the $1,400 stimulus check. So adult dependents are getting the stimulus check. So this is definitely encouraging. I'll give you some more details in just a moment. Give me a second, everyone. I'm just making sure I don't miss any major announcements. Again, past 59 to 40, past 50 to 49, one of the Republican senators was absent. Okay, which by the way, this by the way means that Vice President Kamala Harris's tie-breaking vote was not required because one of the Republican senators had a family engagement to attend to. So the Democrats were able to do it 50 to 49. And folks, I honestly I believe a lot of this. I believe a lot of this has to do with Georgia, because the two Senate runoff seats in Georgia allowed the Democrats to regain the majority. I honestly, guys, I'm going to be absolutely honest with you. I think we need to thank Georgia. We need to thank Georgians who showed up to vote and handed the two Democratic seats to Senator John Ossoff and Reverend Raphael Warnock. So I'm absolutely serious. If you know someone in Georgia, pick up the phone, call them, send them a tweet, send them an email. You know, emails are boring. Pick up the phone and call or text and say, "Thank you, Georgia." That is my opinion. And where we stand right now is this is a done deal. It's going to go back to the House for passage. The Senate has passed the $1.9 trillion stimulus plan. There was an all-night voter-arma and a 12-hour struggle to get one Democrat, the conservative Democrat from West Virginia, Joe Manchin. His support was absolutely absolutely crucial. So the vote was 50 to 49 on a party line vote. I expect the House to pass it Tuesday or Wednesday next week. And the Democrats kept the Senate roll call vote open for 11 hours and 50 minutes. This is the longest in recent history because they had to get Joe Manchin on their side. But the bottom line is, after a long series of negotiations, Joe Manchin finally agreed to extend the $300 a week unemployment benefits through September 6th, about a month earlier than what Democrats wanted. And he also limited a provision to make the first $10,200 in unemployment benefits non-taxable only to households making less than $150,000. So if you're in a household making less than $150,000, the provision will make the first $10,200 in benefits non-taxable. Now, if both the, if my understanding is, and this is new information that's coming up, we'll have more clarity, but my understanding is, I originally thought that this was per person, but it seems like this is per household, which means that let's say you have a husband and a wife both on unemployment, okay, both getting unemployment, and they're under the $150,000, if they're both on unemployment, you're going to be under $150,000. No one's making $150,000 a year on unemployment. If both the husband and the wife are on unemployment, then the $10,200 of the non-taxable benefits, if you will, is for the household for 2020 income. This is my understanding. I'll release more videos and issue more clarity on that as we go along. And they needed Manchin support. They did get it, and so that is what happened. Bernie Sanders did push for $15 an hour, but there were 8 senators, folks, 8 Democratic senators who opposed the minimum wage amendment. Okay, do you want to know who these 8 senators are? Joe Manchin, John Tester, Maggie Hassan, Kristen Sinema of Arizona, Angus Kane of Maine, Jean Shaheen of New Hampshire, Chris Coons and Tom Carper of Delaware. They all opposed the minimum wage amendment, everyone. So I just think that was that was quite interesting. By the way, I'll provide you with the links to some of our sources. Here's one of our sources, the Washington Post. So I'll provide you with the link to all of our sources in the description section below. So you'll have that. No worries about that. You will have that. But the debate again was all night Saturday, everyone. Democrats defeated multiple amendments from the Republicans. So there were multiple amendments from the Republicans that the Democrats did indeed defeat, and they were able to pass it without the vote of the vice president. It wasn't necessary because one of the Republican senators had stepped away for a family engagement. So again, the whole thing was in danger because Joe Manchin, if he would have sided with the Democrats, with the Republicans, boy oh boy, that would have been a big setback for the Biden administration. But anyway, Chuck Schumer said this bill will deliver more help to more people than anything the federal government has done in decades. Again, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, this bill will deliver more help to more people than anything the federal government has done in decades. Folks, look, I've been reading a lot of comments, and I've been seeing comments about many people angry with Joe Manchin and people comparing Joe Manchin with Mitch McConnell. First of all, Mitch McConnell would not have allowed the vote to occur on the floor of the Senate. Forget passage of the vote. That's number one. Number two, Mitch McConnell would have opposed anything north of $1 trillion. Okay. Joe Manchin supported the bill. He voted yes for the 1.9 trillion. He simply wanted more targeting. So I don't think comparing Joe Manchin with Mitch McConnell, I mean, it's not apples to apples. That's number one. Number two, this independent thinking, okay, let's just call it independent thinking from Joe Manchin, Kristen Sinema, is not just unique to the Democratic Party. This independent thinking is actually happening amongst the Republicans as well. I mean, hopefully, everyone remembers 10 Republican House of Representatives, congressmen, congresswomen, voted for the conviction of former President Trump, and 7 Republican senators voted for the conviction of former President Trump. So you actually have these sort of independent voices within each party that are breaking ranks, if you will. And to be honest with you, this independent thinking in the long term is not a bad thing for our country, although I understand how painful. By the way, I'm not saying I support Joe Manchin, so please don't misunderstand what I'm saying. What I'm saying is this independent thinking is a healthy part of our process. It's a healthy part of our constitution. It's a healthy part of our government, because it's people can express their voices, and hopefully the end product is the best product. Now in this case, the fact that the unemployment benefits taxable income threshold is $150,000 for households is a step in the right direction because it's more targeting. But $300 a week versus $400 a week, I'm sure there are people who are not happy about that, but hey, that's the process. So let's see. Rob Portman said, suddenly if you're on unemployment insurance, you don't have to pay taxes. But if you're working, you do have to pay taxes. How does that work? So it seems like Senator Rob Portman, folks, was unhappy with this. He said, hey, if you're on unemployment, you don't pay taxes, and if you're working, you're paying taxes. Why is that? That was his argument. And so, obviously there'll be Republicans who are unhappy. And Ron Wyden said that the tax forgiveness only included some relief for jobless Americans. And he said of the Republican Party, this is Ron Wyden from Oregon, the Democrat, he said, the party that claims to want to help workers on their taxes won't lift a finger. So, the usual back and forth, everyone, the usual pointing back and forth. And there were Democrats who wanted more done. There were Democrats who felt that, enough wasn't done. And so again, the $1.9 trillion package is passed, everyone. Hey guys, I want to tell you that, this is good. This is encouraging. This will pass the House next week. And I'm going to, through our channel, help you get to a point where you're never dependent on the government again. So I ask you to please click like, please subscribe, please enable notifications, because my goal, my aspiration for you is bigger than just stimulus checks, bigger than just unemployment benefits. So, if you give me permission to guide you going forward, it would be my honor and my privilege. Okay. So please click the subscribe button. I would appreciate that. I'm going to give you some final details here before we wrap up. But, some strong comments from Chuck Schumer. Like I said, Republicans were united in their opposition to the bill. Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell said, the Senate has never spent $2 trillion in a more haphazard way. Comments from the Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell. The Senate has never spent $2 trillion in a more haphazard way. Let me know whether you agree with comments from the Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell. Like I said, Vice President Kamala Harris was not needed to cast a tie-breaking vote because Senator Dan Sullivan, who's an Alaska Republican, by the way, please subscribe, everyone. Senator Dan Sullivan, who's an Alaska Republican, returned to his home state to attend a funeral for his late father-in-law. So that left Republicans with 49 votes, and all the Democrats were there. They voted. By the way, folks, there's something important here. Watch what happened when Dan Sullivan didn't vote. Suddenly, the Democrats did not need the tiebreaker. Now, this tells you that, let's just hope nobody gets sick. Let's hope nobody, catches the pandemic or I don't know, has an upset stomach and can't show up to vote, because the balance of power in the United States Senate is very, 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 very slim. If you have, let's say Bernie Sanders says, oh, I don't know, I'm feeling cold, I need to, wear my mittens and just just stay in bed. If that happens, suddenly the Democrats majority gone. Okay, so folks, this is we're in a razor thin sort of margin in the United States Senate right now. So just to be clear, folks, and this is reporting from Bloomberg, and by the way, I'll share this with you. I'll share the articles with you. I always share all my sources, everyone. This bill will send $1,400 payments to individuals earning less than $75,000 and couples earning less than $150,000 based on either 2019 or 2020 tax returns. The bill will phase out fully for individuals making $80,000 and couples making $160,000. So if you're an individual, let's actually show you this chart on your screen. This is from Bloomberg, everyone. Let me actually zoom in a bit. This is from Bloomberg. Okay, so if you make more than $80,000 as a single person, and if you make more than $160,000 as a couple filing jointly, you're not going to get anything. So let's take a closer look at this to see what you get. Okay, so let's start with single, right? Let's focus on single. So focus on the black portion right here. So if you're single, right, and you make $80,000, you'll get nothing. If you're single, you make more than $80,000, you will get nothing. Okay, so let's say you're single and you start to make more than $70,000, you'll start to get less and less money. And then let's say you make $78,000, let's say you make $79,000, for example, you'll get $280, and if you make $80,000, you'll get nothing. So take a look at this chart, everyone. I'll provide you with the link. And if you're a head of household, as you start to cross the threshold for the head of household, you start to make less and less money. And if you're married with children, married without children, you start to get less and less money. So let's take a look at this, for example. Give me just a second. Let's just zoom out here. So here's the bottom line. What is that? Let me close that out, everyone. That's an ad. Very good. Let me refresh the page, everyone. Let's go down so you folks can have all of this info. Let's scroll down. So again, $1,400 to individuals earning less than $75,000, couples earning less than $150,000. Give me a second. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Couples earning less than $150,000 based on either 2019 or 2020 tax returns. Singles making more than $80,000, nothing. Couples making more than $160,000, nothing. And these are lower phase outs than the House version of the bill, everyone. So again, depending on how much money you make, so let's say you're married with 2 children, you'll get the full payment up to $150,000. So let's say you make $145,000 as a household, and let's say the husband and the wife have 2 kids, they're both adults, and the combined household income, let's say, is $145,000. This family would get $1,400 for the husband, $1,400 for the wife, $1,400 for child 1, $1,400 for child 2. And again, I'm talking about dependents over the age of 17. Okay, so as far as unemployment insurance is concerned, this would extend tax rules regarding excess business loss limitations for 1 year. That's more of a taxation thing. I'll be getting more into the weeds in future videos, but in this video I wanted to give you some of the high points. This does include $160 billion, everyone, in vaccine and testing programs to help stop the spread of the pandemic. $350 billion for state and local governments. Now the child tax credit is going to be major. It'll expand the child tax credit to $3,000 from $2,000 previously for children 17 and younger. And there was an amendment from Lisa Murkowski, the Republican from Alaska, and Manchin to direct $800 million towards alleviating youth homelessness. Folks, this is when, you know what? I believe the best ideas, I honestly believe the best ideas happen when both the Republicans and the Democrats are working together. So there are some good things here, although obviously there's going to be some waste. And guess what? Waste is common in everything, especially the US government. If you want zero waste with the US government, it's not going to happen. I mean, it does happen in a place called La La Land, but it doesn't happen in reality. There's waste is going to happen everywhere, and we can dissect the bill and point problems with it. But the idea was to try and help as many people as possible. So there were different amendments for closing different loopholes. Okay, and Bernie Sanders, okay, who is, by the way, the chairman of the Budget Committee, and he was a lead architect of the entire bill, said that 70% of the American public favors the stimulus. And he contrasted that and he said, hey, the Republicans' lower support for the tax cuts is not acceptable. And this is what Sanders said. Not only is this $1.9 trillion emergency relief package the right thing to do from a moral perspective and a public policy perspective, it is exactly what the overwhelming majority of the American people want us to do. Folks, please click like, please subscribe, please enable notifications. It would be my honor and my privilege to be able to bring this information to you and other information, including how to manage your money, how to save money, how to make more money. So please subscribe. And Sanders also said the American people did not want us to give tax breaks to billionaires. The American people did not want us to throw 30 million people off the Affordable Care Act. So now keep in mind that even though the jobless claims were a little bit better than expected, President Biden was like, we got to do more, we got to do more. And he said, President Biden said that the economy still has more than 9 million fewer jobs than it did in February of last year. He said at that rate, it would take us 2 years to get back on track. So you can see that the entire positioning from the Democrats is, we need to do more, we need to do more, we need to do more. And folks, right now, the Senate has adjourned for the next 3 days. Okay? They have adjourned for the next 3 days. And, you can start to expect money to come in soon. So this is, again, this is encouraging. And I will be releasing videos, everyone, on what you can expect from the $1.9 trillion stimulus plan. I'll do a detailed video on what you can expect from the $1.9 trillion stimulus plan and what impact this has as far as unemployment benefits are concerned. I'll need to do a little bit more research so I can organize all the information and you can have it in one video. Just give me a little time to do that and release that video. I work hard every single day. If you've been following my channel, I've been releasing videos every day on important matters for you, for the country. So I'll continue working today. By the way, I don't even see this as work. I enjoy the community. You give me energy. You give me the drive to keep doing this. All I ask is you please click the like button, please subscribe, please enable notifications. I watch those things. And if there are more likes, if there are more subscriptions, it just motivates me to do more. So thank you so much. And I will be reporting back to you very soon. I'll be reporting back to you very soon with what you can expect and what impact this has as far as unemployment benefits are concerned. Okay. So thank you so much for watching, everyone. I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next episode of Ignition Time. This is good news. This is expected to pass the House next week. I'll be releasing more detailed videos soon. I appreciate you. I will be talking to you very soon. Take care. Bye.